The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. Welcome to this week's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. In today's episode, we have a really good matchup in store for you, as we will feature the top two goal-scoring teams of 1992-1993, with the Detroit Red Wings hosting the 1992-93 Pittsburgh Penguins, as these two battle it out in a fierce 60-minute battle to see who scores the most goals within the allotted time. With that being said, before we get today's festivities underway, let's have a review of the rules for Goal Scoring Frenzy. And without further delay, let's get right into the rules and regulations of how Goal Scoring Frenzy will go down. For those of you that are new to the channel, I say welcome, and hope you are liking, and I hope that you will enjoy today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy, or any other episodes of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. But if you are a recent viewer, and if you want to skip ahead to the action, I will leave a timestamp. I will leave the timestamp to the episode down below in the description if you don't want to hear the rules and regulations in future episodes. But with that being said, let's get right into it and see how Goal Scoring Frenzy will play out. And as such, we will play Hockey Blast Express under rules as written, or AKA R.A.W. And we will play as many segments to score as many goals as possible within a 1 hour time frame limit. Now, for every 12 segments played in the time frame, we will swap out the goalies for both teams to prevent any goalie fatigue from taking place. In case of a player injury, you will notice on the player cards they will have an injury grade, and we will play it out like such. For any player that has an injury grade of A to C, they will sit out for 12 segments. Anyone that's rated a player injury grade of a D, they will sit out for 12 on a dot, 24 on a blank, as we will roll the decide or die. Anyone that is a rated E on a player injury grade, they will sit out for 24 segments. And of course, if they are rated an injury grade of F, they will sit out for the remainder of the time frame matchup here for this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. And in case of player fatigue throughout the episode, we will make the necessary substitutions if needed. And of course, the main rule, as always, in Goal Scoring Frenzy, the team that scores the most goals in 60 minutes will win today's episode. With that being said, buckle up and stay tuned for Puck Drop. But first, let's have a look and say thank you to our official Play Game sponsors for sponsoring today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We would like to take the time to send out a special thanks to our Play Game sponsors for sponsoring today's episode. Today's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour is brought to you in part by Bitty Beer. They say it's a blend of hops, rice, and barley that gives Bitty Beer its distinctive taste. But we know better. It's our brewing process that gives our beer that one-of-a-kind flavor that no premium beer can match. Our vats have never been cleaned, so there's an itty bit of history in every can. Bitty Beer, the beer for folks who can't afford better. And we remind you, if you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. And by Doc Cola, the official cola beverage of the Play Games community. Doc Cola uses the finest imitation ingredients that bring you that sugary blast of caffeine you've come to know and love. With twice the sugar and 3 times the caffeine of any other major brand, Doc Cola is sure to keep you wired from dawn until dusk. So, while you're at it, take the Doc Cola challenge and see where our customers agree you'll never be able to wean yourself from refreshing Dot Cola. And by Ice Brew, the official brewery choice of the Play Games community. Brewed in the frozen tundra of northern Wisconsin, Ice Brew is a beer made for sports fans and tailgating. Our 150-year-old family recipe is brewed to make the most of every ingredient. We use hops, barley, wheat, corn, rice, oats, quinoa, spelt, malt, and sunflower seeds blended together with the finest water shipped in from the shores of Lake Michigan. One sip, and you'll agree there's nothing like Ice Brew. And by Pizza Kingdom, the official pizza joint of the Play Games community. At Pizza Kingdom, our signature New York pizza starts with the crust when we layer on our homemade pizza sauce, then load your pizza up with mounds of cheese. When it comes out of the oven, it's piping hot, golden brown, and ready for you to enjoy. And we give that majestic culinary work of art to Mikey, our 16-year-old delivery driver, who, who is as responsible as a tree stump. Pizza Kingdom. It was sure perfection when it's left in the store. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for another great matchup of goal scoring frenzy between the 92-93 Pittsburgh Penguins and the 92-93 Detroit Red Wings. Even though we are currently in the Olympic break at this point, the Hockey Blast Express Hour will continue to roll. So, with that being said, just like always, as mentioned before, the rules are simple. Um, we play out Hockey Blast Express as normal, and whoever scores the most goals at the end of 60 minutes wins. And of course, every 12 segments played, we will switch out the goaltenders instead of going to the empty net mini chart. And I decided to keep that as if the game ends within a 1 goal margin. So far, we have not gone to the empty net mini chart in the few episodes of Goal Scoring Frenzy. Will that change today? Let's find out right now. Your starting netminders for to start Goal Scoring Frenzy for this matchup between the 92-93 Penguins and the 92-93 Red Wings are Tom Barrasso for the Penguins and Tim Chevladale Tim Chevladay for the Detroit Red Wings. With that being said, we have the clock reset to 60 minutes. And we are just about set and ready to drop the puck here at the now gone but still infamous Joe Louis Arena. With that being said, the crowd is ready, the refs are ready, the players are ready. Let's drop the puck and play some hockey. Oh man, right off the bat. Look at that. Right off the bat. We're gonna have a visitor scoring chance. Oh my gosh. 66. Choice home player scores a goal. So the Red Wings are up 1-0. That's how the dice rolls. My goodness. Let's see who scored the goal. 5 choice players. So 1, 2. So I look at since the Red Wings scored, I'm gonna look at their side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. Reroll. 4. That's Ray Shepard. So Ray Shepard will kick us off for today's episode of goal scoring frenzy between the Red Wings and the Penguins. And we will continue on in this segment with a quality check between players 4 and 5. That is going to be Bob Probert and Joe Mullen. The quality that we're looking for is power. It looks like Bob Probert has power, so he's going to skate into Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and all of a sudden the Red Wings are up 2-0. They are hot here on today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. And there we go. And we will stay put with man, oh man. Okay, here we go. A visitor scoring chance of a 36. And it reads visitor player in 3. That's Dave Tippett. He will create a goal with a quality roll of star or a triangle. Unfortunately, he does not have star. Neither does he have a triangle. So therefore, it's going to be a no action result. Whoops. It's going to be a no action result. And we will move on to the next segment with we got ourselves a penalty check between players 3 and 4. Chason and Paul Stanton. The looks like Chason's going to go to the box as Paul Stanton will skate on into skating on into Tim Chevlier. Hopefully not a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are on the board, courtesy on the power play of Paul Stanton. We stay put in this segment with another penalty check. My goodness. We got ourselves a anybody in the ice for the Wings against player number 2, Jaromir Jagr. We could either tie or the Penguins go on the power play or the Red Wings will go on the power play. So that's what I think that's what we're gonna do. So here's what we're gonna do. 1-2, the Penguins will go on the power play. 3-4, we tie. 5-6, we'll have the Red Wings go on the power play. And it looks like the Penguins are going to go on the power play. So it looks like Constantino is going to go out to the box as he has a penalty rating of 1.5. As Jaromir Jagr looks to tie things up as he moves in on Tim Chevlier to hopefully net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Penguins tie things up courtesy of Jaromir Jagr. And we'll stay put in this segment with a home scoring chance of a 36. Home player in 4. That's Sergei Fedorov. He creates a goal with a quality roll of power or a triangle. He does have power and he does have a triangle, so therefore he will score the 3rd goal of this goal scoring frenzy matchup as the Red Wings bounce out to a 3-2 lead. It's still early as we have reached almost 4.5 minutes played so far here in this goal scoring frenzy matchup. Quality check between players 1 and 3. That's Paul Coffey and Kevin Stevens. The quality is star. It looks like both Stevens and Coffey have star, and that is going to be all she wrote for this one. And we will move on. We will move on to the next one with a visitor scoring chance of a 43, and it reads any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. We got contenders Larry Murphy or Ron Francis. I do want to keep that circle out there for Ron Francis just in case. So we're going to give the opportunity to Larry Murphy as he has the triangle printed on his card as he ties things up here with the Detroit Red Wings all evened up at 3-all. 6 goals have been scored and we are tied at 3-all. We got a quality check between players. Five. It's anybody in the ice for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Player number 5 is Paul Eisenberg. Uh, the quality is going to be for star. The only player out there with star for the Penguins is Ron Francis. So he's going to win the battle for star as he will skate on into Tim Chevrolet, hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Pittsburgh Penguins take a 4-3 lead here in this goal-scoring frenzy matchup over the 92-93 Detroit Red Wings. We stay put with a home scoring chance of a 64. Home defense stop breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make spec save. So Tom Barrasso needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to do so. A 2 will do such thing, and that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Triple two. So this is going to be a critical face-off. So we got. Do we have any takers though? We do, but however, the Penguins are going to win this critical face-off. They're going to move in on Tim Chevrolet. So we're going to have Mike Stapleton win the critical face-off because he has the highest face-off rating currently out there for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So he's going to move in on Tim Chevrolet to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and it's 5-3 Pittsburgh. And since no one was used on the Red Wings, we're going to keep everybody out there. We're going to keep everybody out there for the Wings, and we will move on to the next portion of this segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 26, and it reads, visitor scoring chance, here we go. Choice visitor player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. You better believe it. I'm going to give it to Rick Tocchet. So he's going to have to net a 3 or a 4 with a dot, according to my math. A 4 with a dot will do so, and it's going to be let me just yes, a 3 or a 4 with a dot. So it is a 6-3 lead for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we will stay put in this segment with another quality check. This time it'll be between players 1 and 3. So Nick Lidstrom and Jell Samuelson. The quality that we're looking for is speed. Nick Lidstrom has speed, so he's going to skate off to Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and it's a 2-goal lead now, courtesy of Nick Lidstrom. We stay put in this segment with another quality, a visitor scoring chance, of a 62. Any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Yes, Vladdy Konstantinov does have that circle printed out on his card. So somehow, some way, the head coach of the Red Wings is saying, "Come on, guys, we got to block some shots here. We got to block some shots." And that is going to do it for the first period of this goal-scoring frenzy matchup. We'll move on to the next segment with a quality check between players 4 and 2. That's Ray Shepard and Jaromir Jagr. The quality that we're looking for is speed. Both Shepard and Jagr have speed printed out on their card. So that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one with a quality check between both players in one that says Sean McCackern and Paul Coffey. The quality that we're looking for is hit. Neither player has hit, it looks like. And yes, neither player has hit. So therefore, we will have no action done being taken on in this segment. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a penalty check. This time it's going to be anybody in the ice for the Red Wings against player number 4. That's Ulf Samuelsson. Either way, Ulf is either going to go to the box or pro. We can't tie. Um, I think at this rate, the Red Wings really would like to try to come back. So we're going to have Ulf Samuelsson go to the box, and we're going to have Dino Cicerelli take the power play opportunity. So Tom Barrasso needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. A 3 with a blank won't do it. The Red Wings creep within a goal. It is 6-5, courtesy of Dino Cicerelli. And we stay put in this segment with a home, not a home scoring chance. Sorry, a visitor scoring chance, I should say, of a 13. Home goalie must make play saves. So Tim Chevrolet needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and it's 7-5 now, Pittsburgh. Let's see who scored the goal. 5. Okay, so that's choice player. So again, I roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 2, that's Ron Francis. So Ron Francis will score the goal as he will jump the Penguins out to a 7-5 lead with 12 minutes already played here in the books. As we move on to the next portion with a quality check. Okay, so whenever double box cars up, if you've seen my previous videos on Hockey Blast Express, what I do is I look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 5, that's Dallas Drake. So, and he will go up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 2, that's Rick Tocchet. So Drake and Tocchet will go to battle for skill. It looks like both players have skill, and that is how I play it. It doesn't really matter how. If you play it the same, that's great. If not, then you do you. But that is how I play it to determine um, if I really don't want to pick or not. So with that being said, we move on to the next segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 55. Need to shut down here. Home player in 5. That's Sean Burr. He stops a Pittsburgh goal with a quality roll of smart or a square. Although he does not have a square, he does have smarts well enough to stop the Pittsburgh goal scoring opportunity to seal up the deal here for this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy in the second period. Another another visitor scoring chance. This time it's a 21. Home goalie must make shot saves, so Tim Chevrolet needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He does. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment with another. Jeez, come on. What are we doing? A visitor scoring chance of a 35. Visitor player in 2. That's Yager. He creates a goal with a quality roll of star or a triangle. Absolutely, he does. Star and a triangle are printed on his card, so he will extend the Pittsburgh goal. The Pittsburgh lead to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 by 3 goals. Man, oh man, the Red Wings are not having it today here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour for Goal Scoring Frenzy. We got a penalty check. This time it'll be between players 6 and 3. Anybody in the ice for the Red Wings, I should say, against player number 3. That is Dave Tippett. Um, let's see. Dave Tippett has a penalty rating of 1. How about this? Again, 3-4 we tie. 1-2, the Penguins will go on the power play. 5-6, the Red Wings will go on the power play. Okay, we will tie. So Raichi and Tippett both have the same penalty rating of 1. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next segment with a quality check. This time it's going to be between players 4 and 2. So Probert and Francis. 4 and 2. Yes. Probert and Francis, the quality is hit. It looks like Bob Probert has hit So he's going to skate on into Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and all of a sudden it's a 2-goal lead now for the Pittsburgh Penguins, courtesy of Bob Probert. Yes, reference just needs to flip. Go. Stay put in this segment with another penalty check. This time it's going to be between anybody in the ice for the Red Wings against player number 2. He was just flipped, so Rick Tocchet. Well, either way, Tocchet is going to go to the box because we can't tie. Yeah, so either way, Tocchet is going to go to the box. So let's have Sergei Fedorov take this power play opportunity here. So Tom Barrasso will need to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't. 1-goal game now. Look out! Here come the Red Wings. They're creating some fire on the ice. Another penalty check. This time it's going to be between players 5 and 3. And it looks like, Kevin Stevens is going to go to the box as Mark Howe is going to try to skate on into Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't. The game is tied. Mark Howe on the power play. My, oh my, oh my. We stay put in this segment with, oh my goodness, another penalty check. This time it's going to be between players 2 and 3. That's Jimmy Carson and Mike Stapleton. Oh, Carson's going to go to the box as Stapleton will skate on into Tim Chevalier to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. A 3 with a dot will do it. Oh man, oh my. Tim Chevalier just probably saved the game and possibly further trouble for the Red Wings. Quality check between players 3 and 1. That's Keith Primo and Trey 3 and 1. Yes. Trey Loney, the quality is smart. It looks like excuse me, Troy Loney. So Troy Loney will win the battle for smart as Tim Chevalier will have to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. Unfortunately, not this. He stopped him once, but again, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Troy Loney will score the 9th goal of this goal-scoring frenzy matchup as the Pittsburgh Penguins jump out to a 9-8 lead with 41 minutes remaining on the clock. Quality check between players. Flip. And again, it's going to go to 3 and 2. This time it's going to be Chason and Yager for hit. It looks like Chason has hit. So he's going to skate in on Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. He does. And that is going to be all she wrote for this first portion of this goal-scoring frenzy matchup for Tim Chevalier as he is glad to get off the ice. But Tom Barrasso says, I really want to stay on. But according to the rules, nope, we switch goalies to prevent goalie fatigue. So with that being said, Vincent Rindo will be in net for the Red Wings, and Ken Werget will be in net for the Penguins. We continue on with the next segment with a quality check between players 3 and anyone on the ice for the Penguins. Let's see here. Yvonne Raxine will be the player in question. Unfortunately, he does not have hit, but the only player on Pittsburgh that has hit is Dave Tippett. So Dave Tippett will skate on into Vincent Rindo as he needs to net a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. Unfortunately, he doesn't, and the Penguins take a 2-goal lead right back It is now 10-8, courtesy of Dave Tippett. And we will move on to the next segment with, excuse me, to the next portion of the segment. I'm sorry, with, excuse me, visitor scoring chance of a 26. Choice visitor player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. You better believe it. I'm going to give the opportunity to Ron Francis as, excuse me, as he needs to net a 1, 2, 3, or a 4 to score the goal. Right on it. It's now 11-8, courtesy of the Pittsburgh Penguins. We'll stay put in this segment with a quality check. This time it's going to be between players 3 and 1. That's Primo and Larry Murphy. The quality that we're looking for is smart. It looks like Larry Murphy has smart, so he's going to skate on into Vincent Rindo, hopefully net a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. Not enough. Larry Murphy will net the 12th goal of this goal-scoring frenzy matchup for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And unfortunately, folks, I believe the Penguins are probably going to run away with it, but it's still early. We're still with 22 minutes played, with almost 22 and a half minutes played here in this goal-scoring frenzy matchup. There is still time for the Red Wings to catch up. Penalty check between players 4 and 5. Ray Shepard and Jell Samuelson. Oh, it looks like Samuelson's going to go to the box. As Ray Shepard will skate on into Ken Reggett. Hopefully not a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He does to keep this lead right here at a score of 12-8. And look who just stepped out onto the ice. Mario Lemieux. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong button. Since it was a save, sorry. We'll take this one. Home scoring chance of a 56. 56. Any visitor player with a square stops a home goal. Excuse me. I don't see any squares out there. The Red Wings are going to finally get one on the board. Let's see who scored it. 3, third best shot rating. So the best out there is Steve Yzerman. The second best is going to be a tie between Primo and Probert. Excuse me. So the third best is going to go to Brad McCrimmon or Nick Lidstrom. It'll be McCrimmon. And it'll be Lidstrom. So Nick Lidstrom will score the 9th goal of this goal-scoring frenzy matchup for the Red Wings. And they are creeping a little bit closer. We still got 24 with 24 minutes played. We still got some time left. Excuse me. Penalty check between players 4 and 1. Probert and McEachern. It looks like, Bob Probert's going to go to the box as Sean McEachern will skate into Vincent Rindo. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. If I do butcher any names, I do apologize. He needs to net a 1 or a 2 on his play save to make the stop. Unfortunately, he won't. My goodness, what is going on with the Red Wings goalies today? Sheesh. As it is now a 13-9 lead for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And it will be considered to be a power play goal for the Penguins. Home scoring chance of a 64. Come on, boys. Home defense stop breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make spec save. Ken Riggett needs to roll a dot on the decider die in order to make the stop. Which he will do so, and nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between players. Anybody on the ice for the Red Wings against player number 3. That's Kevin Stevens. The quality that we're looking for is smart. Between Yzerman, Fedorov, and McCrimmon. Uh, well, either way, it's going to be a tie. So I'm going to keep Fedorov and McCrimmon out there just in case. So, excuse me, we're going to split Yzerman over as he does have smart. So does Stevens. Yes. And we will move on to the next segment with a quality check between both players in 5, McCrimmon and Lemieux. My goodness, for power. Good thing to get, good idea to get that many shot stars off the ice. That many shot and assist stars off the ice. Whoo! Red Wings catch a break there as both guys have power, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 3 and 4. That's Primo and Pank, and Jim Pank. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. The quality that we're looking for is star. Neither player has star, and that is going to be all she wrote for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Penalty check between players 4 and 3. That is Fedorov and Stapleton. Unfortunately, Sergei Fedorov is going to have to go to the box as, as Mike Stapleton will skate on into Vincent Rindo, hopefully net a 1 or 2 to make the stop. He can't, and the Penguins extend their lead courtesy of. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Stapleton. I'm sorry. Courtesy of Mike Stapleton, and it will be considered to be a power play goal. The Red Wings are just battling out for right now for just um right now for just for pride in that. So I think what we're gonna do is next segment we'll bring in some subs for the Red Wings. We got ourselves a quality check between players. Anybody on the ice for the Wings against player number 5. That's Mike Needham. The quality that we're looking for is speed. Pick your poison between Cicerelli, Shepard, or Isabert. Um, you know what? We'll go right across from him with Isabert, as both guys have the same quality of speed, and that is going to be it for that segment. And before we move on to the next segment, the Red Wings are going to be making some changes, and we are going to bring in Kennedy. Not that much to do, and O'Grognick. As Kennedy will be here, and O'Grognick will be right here on top of stack number 3. Kennedy in stack 5, O'Grognick in stack number 3. We continue on with a a visitor scoring chance of a 41, and it reads, visitor player in 4, that's Ray Shepard. He creates a goal. Oh, I'm sorry, visitor player. I'm sorry. Paul Stanton. I'm sorry. Yes, it is Paul Stanton. So he is visitor player in 4, and he creates a goal with a quality roll of power or a triangle. Although he does not have a triangle, he does have power, and the Penguins extend their barrage 15-9 here in this goal scoring frenzy matchup. And my God, right now the Wings are playing for pride. Quality check between, another visitor scoring chance. It's a 26. Excuse me. Choice visitor player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. Yes, Rick Tocchet will take the opportunity. It'll be a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make to score the goal. Oh, that's a huge break. Rick Tocchet shoots the puck wide of the net. That is a huge break for the Red Wings. Wow. We got ourselves to continue on to the next segment with a quality check between players 5 and 4. That's Kennedy, the newly entered into the game, Sheldon Kennedy, as he will take on Ulf Samuelsson for the quality of star. Oh man, neither player has star. That is a huge break for the Red Wings. Could this bring some momentum back into their bench? Let's find out. Quality check. Okay, so whenever double box cars come up, what I do is, if you've seen my videos before, I look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 1, that's Vladdy Konstantinov, and he will be going up against on the Pittsburgh Penguins side. We're rerolling the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 4, it's Jim Pake. So Konstantinov against Pake. Then the battle will be for hit. Konstantinov has the quality of hit, so he's going to skate into Ken Weigert. Werget, so hopefully he needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. Oh man, the Penguins goalies are really standing on their heads in this matchup here for today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy here as part of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. Quality check between players 3 and 1. That is going to be Ogrodnik and Troy Loney. The quality that we're looking for is power. Both Ogrodnik and Loney have power, and that is going to be all she wrote for this one. And we will move on to the next segment. And of course, Pittsburgh really if they don't score within the next, in this segment, we'll make some changes as they are out. See, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 6. By 6 goals. So they're probably going to make some changes as they have a comfortable 6-goal lead if they don't score in the next 2 segments. And speaking of which, the visitor scoring chance of a 55. Home player in 5, that's Dallas Drake. He stops a Pittsburgh goal with a quality roll of hit or a square. Man, like I said, keep my mouth shut. 16-9. Let's see who scored the goal. 7. That's going to go to the player of the best shot rating. We have a tie between Yager and Mullen for the player of the best shot rating. How about we do this? Dot, it'll be Yager. And it will be Mullen. So Joe Mullen will score the goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And like I said, if they don't score within the next 2 segments, my mouth needs to keep shut. Excuse me. Anyway, let's move on to the next portion of this segment with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Wings against player number 5. That's Jill Samuelsson. The quality that we're looking for is star. Well, Samuelson's not going to win this one, as it'll be either Coffey, Chason, or Cicerelli winning the battle for star. I think we'll have Coffey take this one. So Coffey will win the battle for star, as he will skate on into Regret, or Reggett to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. Man, he is standing on his heels. A 3 with a dot will do so to keep the Red Wings. Yes, fine. To keep the Red Wings guessing and standing on their toes. But the Penguins get Mario Lemieux. Get Mario Lemieux back out there on the ice. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Wings and player number 3 for the Penguins. That is Dave Tippett. The quality that we're looking for is star. This time, Dave Tippett's not going to win this one because Cicerelli or Chason both have star. I think we're going to give the opportunity to Cicerelli. I really hate to do this to waste a power play circle star symbol, but it's well worth it to get yourself back on the board. But Ken Regard needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. A 2 will be enough, and that is going to be it. So Ken Regard, hopefully I'm saying this right. Reggett will um, be standing on his head for this portion of the goal scoring frenzy matchup as the Penguins lead it 16-9. Tom Barrasso is coming back in, and so is Tim Chevalier for the Red Wings. And since the Penguins are out to a comfortable um, 6+ goal lead, we are going to indeed make some changes. So Greg Jennings will come in stack 4. And we will have Bob Erie will come in, and Jeff Daniels will come in for the Penguins to hopefully rest some guys currently out there on the ice. With that being said, let's move on to the next segment. Quality check between anybody in the ice for the Wings against player number 4. That is, of course, Grant Jennings. The quality that we're looking for is hit. So Jennings is not going to win the battle for hit, but Chason or Burr is going to win it. Let's give the opportunity to Burr. So Burr will skate on into Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 1 or a 2. Excuse me, a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He will not. The Red Wings, down by 6, are trying to make a comeback as Sean Burr will score the goal for the Red Wings. For Jennings. And you can see already the Red Wings are really want to try to come back in this one as the Penguins are still hanging on to their 6-goal lead. It is 16-10. We got ourselves a penalty check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 1. That is Jimmy Carson and Bob Erie. So it looks like Erie's going to go to the box as Jimmy Carson will skate on in to Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and my goodness, a power play goal for the Red Wings. This is having the makings of a huge comeback if the Red Wings can find a way to do so. Everyone still here at the old Joe Louis Arena are still hanging on by their faithful breath. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot saves, so Tim Chevalier needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to do so. He won't, and the 6-goal lead has been restored, 17-11. Let's see who scored the goal. 8. That's going to go to the player with the best shot rating, and what do you know? Mario Lemieux will score the goal for the Penguins. Nothing that the Red Wings or the fans can do anything about it, as the Penguins are jumping out to a 17-11 lead here with less with 39 minutes played and less than 20 minutes and 10 seconds left and counting right about now here in this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players anybody in the ice for the Wings against player number 5. That is Mike Needham. The quality that we're looking for is hit. The only player out there with hit is Steve Chason for the Red Wings, so he's going to tie things with Mike Needham as both players have hit. And that is going to be all she wrote for this one, and we will move on to the next segment. We got ourselves a quality check. And this time, it's going to be between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Excuse me. We got ourselves a battle for power. Well, Shepard is not going to win this one. So pick your poison between Murphy, Yager, Daniels, or Stanton. Um, I think we're going to give the opportunity to Yager. So he's going to skate on into Tim Chevrolet to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and it's 18-11, courtesy of Jaromir Jagr. And at this point, the Red Wings are playing for pride, as the Penguins right now have possibly maybe have wrapped up this goal-scoring frenzy matchup with 25 segments played so far. We got ourselves a quality check between players 5 and 1. That is Mark Howe and Larry Murphy. The quality that we're looking for is skill. It looks like both Mark Howe and Larry Murphy both have skill. Excuse me. And that is going to be all she wrote for this one. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one with the another quality check. This time it's going to be between players 2 and anybody in the ice for the Pittsburgh Penguins. The quality that we're looking for is skill. So pick your poison besides Daniels. Pick your poison between Mullen, Stanton, Francis, or McCackern. Uh, hmm. Besides 3 or 6, we'll have the red die decide. So besides a 3 or a 6, those two will be a reroll. 1. So Sean McCackern will tie things up with Yzerman for skill. Yes, for skill. And that is going to be all she wrote for that segment. And we will move on to the next segment. Penalty check between players 4 and anyone in the ice for the red. Excuse me. Yes, player number 4 and anyone in the ice for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Player number 4, Bob. Oh, Bob Probert. So Probert's going to go to the box either way because we're not going to be able to tie. So Probert's going to go out to the box, and let's have Daniels. We'll have Daniels score the. We'll have Daniels take the goal opportunity here on Tim Chevrolet. Hopefully, net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and it's all of a sudden 19-11, courtesy of Pittsburgh. Already, the Red Wings are playing for pride, as this matchup is probably wrapped up in the bag. Quality check between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Penguins. Cicerelli will face off for Smart against anybody on the ice except Stanton. Cicerelli. Well, either way, it's going to end up being a tie. So we'll go right across from him with Cicerelli as the both players have Smart, and we will move on to the next segment with a penalty check. Okay, this time it's going to be between players 4 and 2, Fedorov and Tocchet. It looks like Rick Tockett's going to go to the box as Sergei Fedorov has a chance to put some more, uh, a little bit more of a comeback magic in the Red Wings as he skates in on Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't. 19-12, courtesy of Sergei Fedorov, still with Pittsburgh in the lead. Yeah, we're talking. And of course, the Fedorov goal will be considered to be a power play goal. We got ourselves a quality check between players 1 and anybody on the ice for the Penguins. The quality that we're looking for is speed. The only two players out there with speed is Yager and Mullen. So I think we're going to go with Mullen this time, since I did Yager last time. So both Mullen and Lidstrom both have speed, right? Yes, both Lidstrom and Mullen both have speed. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Another quality check. This time again, players 1 and anyone on the ice for the Wings. I'm sorry, for the Penguins. I'm sorry for the quality of hit. Well, either way, Konstantinov's going to win the battle for hit, so we'll go right across from him with Loney. So Konstantinov will skate in on Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and it's all of a sudden 19-13, courtesy of Pittsburgh, as Vladdy Konstantinov scores the 13th goal of this goal-scoring frenzy game. The Red Wings are down, but not out of this yet. As we continue on in this segment with another quality check, this time it's going to be between players 3 and 5. That's Racking and Joel Samuelson. The quality that we're looking for is speed. It looks like Yvonne Rackney has speed, so he's going to skate in on Tom Barrasso to hopefully net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and it's 19-14. My goodness. Hold on to your hats, folks. Oh, but Buzzkill Mario Lemieux's back out there on the ice, hoping that the Red Wings can stay away from him with a quality check between both players in 1. Erie and Coffee. The battle is for skill. Coffee has skill. Oh my goodness. Tom Barrasso needs to net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. Oh, and he does to keep this game right where it's at of 19-14. My goodness. That's what, a 5-goal lead now, if my math is correct. And we will move on to the next segment with a quality check. This time it's going to be between players 5 and anyone on the ice. I'm sorry, in 5 and 3. That is McCrimmon and Stevens. The quality that we're looking for is skill. It looks like Stevens has skill. He's going to skate into Tom Chevrolet to hopefully net the 20th goal of this goal scoring frenzy matchup. Can he do it? A 2 or 3 with a dot will deny it. He gets denied. Stevens gets denied by Tim Chevrolet as the coach. While Chevrolet was on the bench, needs to start stopping more of those shots, start stopping more of those cheap shots, and we will move on to the next segment with the quality check. This time it's going to be between both players in 1, Larry Murphy and Nick Lidstrom. The quality that we're looking for is speed. Nick Lidstrom has speed. Tom Barrasso needs to net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and all of a sudden, 19-15 with 49 minutes played, 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes left here in this battle between these two clubs, high scoring clubs for the 92-93 season. Oh my goodness. The Red Wings are down, but not out of it yet. Penalty check between players 5 and 1. Isabert and McGackern, both players of the same penalty rating of 0.5. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next segment here in this matchup on Goal Scoring Frenzy as part of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We got ourselves a home scoring chance of a 51. This is the Red Wings' chance. Visitor defense player in 2. Oh, that's Yager. He stops the Detroit goal with a quality roll of speed or a square. Even though he does not have a square, he does have speed. well enough to stop the Detroit goal scoring barrage from getting off the mat. And we will continue on to the next segment with a quality check. Again, this time it's going to be between players 1 and 2, Ron Francis and Vladdy Konstantinov for star. Ron Francis does have star. Tim Chevrolet needs to net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He does to keep this game right where it's at. My oh my, this is turning out to be one of the most upsetting comebacks here in goal scoring frenzy history. Another quality check. This time it's going to be between players 1 and 4. Coffee and Stanton. Stay away from Lemieux. The battle is for star. Coffee has star. Tom Barrasso needs to net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop, which he does. Unfortunately, oh man, oh man. This is going to come down to the timer. What was it for? Yep. To the timer running out here. If you're the Red Wings, for the Penguins, you still need to score here. It's still part of the game. Quality check between players 2 and 1. That's Carson and Loney. The quality is speed. Neither player has speed, and it's all up to Rager and R.A.W for the goalie matchups, as they will finish out this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy out on the ice for both of their teams. My, oh my. Oh, we got a penalty check. This time it's going to be between 4 and 2. Yes, 4 and 2. Shepard and Tocchet. Yes, Rick Tockett's going to go to the box, as Ray Shepard is going to skate on into Ken Riggett. Hopefully net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He does it, and it's all of a sudden a 3-goal game, courtesy of Ray Shepard on the power play. Yes, Tocchet. Oh my, oh my. Quality check between players 3 and 2. That is Primo and Yager. The quality is star. Yager has star. Rindo needs to come through. A 1 or 2 will stop it. Otherwise, the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to score the 20th goal for their team. Unfortunately, they are going to score the 20th goal for their team, courtesy of Jaromir Yager. Oh man, the Red Wings had chance after chance to deny the whole shebang. But Vincent Rindo, while he was on the bench, I believe the coach was talking to him. This game is probably over. It's now 20-16 in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. We stay put, and oh, not so fast! An automatic power play goal. Let's see who scored it. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That's going to go to the captain, Steve Yzerman. Steve Yzerman will score the automatic power play goal, and we stay put in this segment with a quality check. This time it's going to be between players 3 and anybody in the ice for the Penguins. The battle is for skill. How about it? Get Mary Lemieux off the ice. So Ogrodnik and Lemieux will tie things up for skill. Yes. Ogrodnik and Lemieux will tie things up for skill. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we'll move on to the next one. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Red Wings against player number 3. That is Mike Stapleton. And the quality that we're battling for is smart. It looks like, besides Chason, Probert, and Kennedy, Cicerelli and Lidstrom both have smart. I think we'll have the decider I decide. It'll be Cicerelli. And it will be Cicerelli. So Cicerelli will tie things up with Stapleton. for Smart, and that is going to be all she wrote for this one. And we will move on to the next segment with less than 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh, excuse me, left on the clock. Quality check between players 4 and 2. That's Probert and Francis. The quality that we're looking for is star. Ron Francis has star as he's going to skate on into Vincent Rindo to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 to make the stop, which he will do so. Rindo keeps the Red Wings in this game, but too little, too late, as the clock is starting to wind down with almost 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Penalty between both players in 4. It looks like Samuelson's going to go to the box. Fedorov's going to skate into Reget, hopefully net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and it's 20-18. All of a sudden, it's a 2-goal game, courtesy of Sergei Fedorov on the power play. We stay put in this segment with, another penalty check. This time it's going to be, again, both players in 4. It's Shepard and Pake. So Pake is going to go to the box as Shepard will skate into Ken Riget, hopefully net a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. Oh, and a 3 with a dot will stop it. Man, I thought they were going to have back-to-back power play goals, but no. But Riget says no. Oh, man, oh, man. 20-18 is your score. Let's move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 45. Any home player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. You bet. Jimmy Carson, all of a sudden, 1-goal game. Hold on to your hats, folks. We are coming down to the wire here. Quality check. Okay, so again, with double box cars, I look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 1, Nick Lidstrom, and he will go up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. Reroll. 5, that is Mike Needham. The quality that we're looking for is smart. Oh, Nick Lidstrom has smart. He's going to skate on into Ken Regan. Can he tie it up? A 2 or 3 with a dot will stop it. He ties it up. Nick Lidstrom ties things up for the Red Wings. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a comeback by the Red Wings with less than a minute to go. Or excuse me, less than 2 minutes to go. Oh my goodness. Home scoring chance. What the heck is going on? Everyone is standing. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes. Steve Chase or Yzerman. Who's going to take it? Dot to Saturday. Dot, it's Yzerman. It will be Yzerman. Oh my goodness. The Red Wings come back. 21-20 with 53 seconds left to go. What is going on? Home scoring chance again, 23. Visser goalie must make spec save. Dot will do it. And whoa, 22-20. Everyone is on their feet. Let's see who scored it. 5, choice player. Again, roll the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 3, Steve Chason. Holy cow, we'll play one more segment. What a comeback by the Detroit Red Wings. Oh my goodness. Quality check. This will be the last segment. Anybody on the ice for the Red Wings against player number 2, that's Rick Tocchet. The battle is for speed. The only 3 guys, that are out there with speed is Cicerelli, Racine, and Kennedy. Either way, this is the final segment. Oh my goodness. We'll have Cicerelli take it. He moves it on Ken Riget. So hopefully net a 2 or 3 with a dot. 3 with a blank won't do it. I'm going to call it right there. Holy cow! Cicerelli will score the game. What was that? Oh my God. What a comeback by the Red Wings to take it 23-20 over the 92-93 Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins jumped out early, but the Red Wings said, hold on, we're not dead and out of this quite yet. For those fans that let the Joe, shame on you. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm sorry, Pittsburgh Penguins fans. The Red Wings come back to take it 23-20 on this edition of Goal Scoring Frenzy. If you like what you saw, it's very much appreciated. If you want to leave feedback on today's episode or any other episodes that you have seen so far on the channel, please leave them down below in the comments below. Oh my gosh, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to not call it quits, but I'm ready to see what's going to happen next on the next episode for Goal Scoring Frenzy. My oh my. But that's going to come up in 2 weeks' time. But for now, we have to see what's up with the game summary for today's episode between the 92-93 Pittsburgh Penguins and the 92-93 Detroit Red Wings. Oh my goodness. The Red Wings come back to win it 23-20 here on this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, again, we remind you, please, please, and again, please, with a cherry on top, please remember to always drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. Hope everyone has collected their breath by somehow or some way in some measure, because I sure did, as the 92-93 Detroit Red Wings would mount a comeback over the 92-93 Pittsburgh Penguins to win it by 3 goals, 23-20, here for this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. We welcome you inside the Biddy Beer Game Studios for your Biddy Beer Game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. And again, we remind you, if you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste. At a Biddy price, it's Biddy Beer. As far as I know, the periods played that we have, this may have been the shortest, I want to say the shortest amount of periods that we have played for an episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy, as officially we have played 10 periods with the time was about to expire as the 11th period was about to begin. We played a total of 40 segments in this goal scoring frenzy matchup between the Red Wings and the Penguins, with the extra segment being played with at least about 15 seconds left on the clock. And as you can tell by the score, Detroit won this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy again, winning it 23-20 in comeback fashion. There were a total of 42 quality checks in this matchup, with Detroit winning 15 of them and Pittsburgh winning 8. Those quality check wins that turned into goals, Detroit had 9, Pittsburgh had 6. And your quality check win percentages are as follows. Pittsburgh would win 19% of the 42 quality checks, while Detroit would net almost a 36% of quality check wins for today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. Your stars from this matchup, there were a lot, but if I had to give some props and shout outs, all did fantastic. Detroit seemed down and out, but again, the team rallied, and sure enough, they really mounted that comeback and really earned this one here this week for Goal Scoring Frenzy. But if I had to give some props for stars of the game, these were my 3 choices. Sergei Fedorov would be one, as he would net 4 goals, with 3 goals coming on the power play. Nick Lidstrom would also be another star of the game for Detroit, as he would also net 4 goals and would net 3 quality check wins. For Pittsburgh's star, I would definitely have to give it to Jaromir Jagr, as he would net 4 goals, 2 quality check wins, and he would make a key stop um, late in this one, almost midway at the midway point in this one, if I do say so myself. So, with that being said, that's your Biddy Beer game summary for today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. Stay tuned coming up next to see what's coming up next time here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy, featuring the 1992-93 Red Wings and the 1992-93 Pittsburgh Penguins. But unfortunately, we're going to say farewell for now. But let's see what's coming up next time on a very special Olympics edition of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. And it looks like, oh man, we're going to have another and our final triple threat episode for this season as Team USA battles with Team Canada in a fierce competition of between two great countries. Here are your game plan as follows. We will be featuring 3 games from 3 different sets, and of course, 2 come from the Olympics. Well, guess what? You're going to see game 1 with the 1980 Olympics. Game 2 will feature the 1981 Canada Cup, and game number 3 will feature the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympic teams. With that being said, who will prevail between these two fierce countries? Well, I guess you're going to have to find out next time here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We look forward to bringing you more episodes of Rivalry Night, Stanley Cup Finals rewind matchups, and goal scoring frenzy throughout the 2025-26 National Hockey League season.